Welcome to your in-depth horoscope forecast for week commencing the 28th of October. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to this channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. This week begins in glittering fashion. We have a new moon in the sign of Scorpio. Think of the things that you really value. Not just at a superficial level, but really deeply. Now this could be a friendship, it could be a romance, it could be a car, it could be a material item. Whatever it is that's important to you, it's going to take on more significance over the next month. But this new moon throws up a little bit of a curved ball because in opposition is Uranus, the planet of surprises, of change, of revolution, of independence and freedom. Yet both the Sun and Uranus are located in fixed zodiac signs. That means signs which prefer the status quo. And that's interesting because Scorpio energy is about transformation, but often Scorpio people are happier to stick with what they know, and then change when it happens in rather a major way. So this particular new moon does point towards really being in touch with the things we value, but also being flexible because some things could be altering. Now, because Scorpio can also be about long-term resources, it can be about insurance, it can be about savings, pensions, property, business, entrepreneurship. With Uranus in opposition, this is asking us to be very open-minded. In fact, the more flexible we can be, the better we can capitalise. And there may be some sudden opportunities to make some real progress. But equally, we could have a situation where someone tries to push us out of a way of being, a habit, a ritual that actually we're more comfortable with. And that pushing can intensify from the middle of this week when ironically the two rulers of Scorpio go into a right angle. Mars is in the principal sign of Libra and Pluto is in the very traditional sign of Capricorn. So it's possible that some kind of shift in a relationship, and it could be around finance, it could be about who does or contributes what, it could be about intimacy and sexual relations, but some kind of shift is possible this week. And also from Thursday, Mercury, the planet of communication, puts the brakes on and goes into a retrograde that will last through to the 19th of November. This suggests that some things could be stop and start. Things that we had planned upon may be subject to alterations, not just because of the retrograde, but because of Uranus's impact too. But Venus moves on Saturday into the sign of Sagittarius. Well, Venus is really going to love this transit. It's much freer, it's much more flirty, it's much more about travel, experiencing new people or new places, and just being a little bit more spontaneous in our approach to our relationships. But it's also about truth. So if a truth of a relationship needs to be tackled this week on the back of the tensions that are created by Mars in its square with Pluto, or the need or desire for change, or the restlessness that comes from this new moon, that we crave for something more meaningful in our life, perhaps beyond the things that have sustained us so far, then it does seem that we do need to go with the flow at some levels. Your specific forecast, Leo, suggests that your work-life balance could come sharply into focus this week. This may be because something at home needs your attention, or perhaps it's something in the more worldly sphere actually provides some kind of opportunity. But in order to pursue this opportunity, you may need to flex, make last minute changes of plan, and that may require others immediately around you to bend a little bit in order to support what you want to do should such an opportunity arise. All of this can create quite a lot of nervous tension, particularly in the second half of this week, as there is a square between Mars and Pluto. What you can do, the best way to deal with this is try to prioritise the things that are truly important. In fact, as the week draws to a close and Mercury goes into that retrograde, although it does have a bad reputation, it can be an opportunity to rethink some of your organisation around the very foundations of your world. So, for example, if you are someone who's used to doing quite a lot to support others, you may find yourself wanting to delegate more. This is coming from the energy of Uranus, and give yourself more freedom within the overall structure. And of course, others could resist that if it doesn't immediately suit them, but actually it could be fairer and better for you all. As the week draws to a close, however, Venus moves into a delicious location. The next 28 days could, if you're single, bring someone into your orbit who could really take your fancy, or you can start to feel a lot more alluring and a lot more attractive, or give yourself some kind of stylish makeover. Thank you so much for having joined me. If you'd like to understand what year 2020 would hold for you as an individual beyond your zodiac sign, please click on the link beneath this video. You can get the rest of this year free, plus 2020, and get 30% off. But for now, good luck and goodbye.